Hi everyone, I'm Patrick Chun, and I'm the Executive Director of IITTI, or what we would like to call ET. Today I want to talk about the importance of company culture to a company's brand. Now we all understand that it is not just the color of the logo or the packaging that is going to make a brand, but it's really about the people inside the company, how they deal with one another, that is going to ultimately make or break a brand. Now there are a lot of companies that pay lip service to saying how important people are and their employees are their strength and so on. But very few people actually do a lot of work, serious work on that. But you can't blame them, because historically there has been very few tools that one can use to measure and train employees based on something like that. Things that are very essentials are like civility or empathy or business ethics. So how do we go about doing something like that? Employees may actually know about those qualities, but unfortunately they don't actually practice that. A very good friend of mine, he's a professor at MIT in the United States here by the name of Dan O'Reilly. He said that people become more ethical, regardless of their religious belief. People become more ethical simply by thinking about it. So they have been gathering data and gathering information on this field for a number of years. And so they can actually say that when people think about something, they are more aware of it. So at ET, we take advantage of that information, and so we devise tools to allow people to keep on thinking about it. So if you want to increase or enhance your company culture, what it boils down to is to have the people think about it. Have your employees think about it, constantly be immersed into this kind of environment. So at ET, we devised a tool that we call email learning. And what we actually do when we go to a company is recommend that they deploy this email learning in little chunks, once in a while, what we call mini lessons. So maybe something like once every week, we would deploy an email to all the employees in the company, and they can just click on it, and there's this short videos and maybe some simple questions and answers just to see if they have seen the video, for example. So it's a measurement of awareness. It is not like in hard skills where you say, do they know this? How accurate it is. It's no longer a measurement of accuracy, but it's a measurement of, are they aware or are they not aware? It's an on-off kind of a thing. So that is how you measure awareness. And by people thinking about it, they become more aware. And when they are more aware, their behavior changes and the company culture changes. So we understand that email learning doesn't work for everybody. So what we usually recommend is a company should start off with something like the email learning, because it's simple, is very fast, and you can deploy it very rapidly, and everybody in the company can enjoy that very easily, very quickly. The second phase would be to have the trainers come in. Once your employees can see that the company is serious about enhancing, building the company culture, then you can send in the trainers to go in and conduct small group discussions, seminars, workshops, and so on. Because one thing about the digital learning, the email learning, versus the traditional classroom learning, is that they all have strong points and weaknesses. Something that is easy to do in a digital environment, it's very difficult and awkward to do in a face-to-face environment. Whereas in a face-to-face environment, you can have discussions, opinions, and ideas that digital learning, the email learning, can simply not do. So by building these little mini lessons, then you are talking about raising awareness. And by raising awareness, you change company culture in that sense. And you say, wow, that is actually not that hard to do. And it's absolutely true. the reason why it hasn't been working was people just say, well, you know, you want to train people on civility, you go in and hire somebody, come in for 3 days or a week, pull people out into a classroom and then do that kind of training. Well, a one-time thing is useful, but it's not sufficient. So if you really want to change company culture, you have to have a longer term horizon. So 3 things we talk about. It has to be long term, so it's not just a one-time, one-off 3-hour kind of seminar and then you can change company culture. That will never happen. But having this ongoing mini lessons, then you're talking. Then you're onto something major there. So it has to be long term. It has to be frequent. So we're saying that once every week we will give them something so they can keep up with their awareness. And third thing is it has to be low intensity. It cannot be a 3-hour lecture. It cannot be a half-hour video that we want people to watch. We're talking about something like 5 minutes or 7 minutes or maybe even 3 minutes so that your employees, your people can actually use it while they're waiting for subway or doing something outside of your working hour. They will just look at the cell phone and 3 minutes and then it's done. So easy, simple and fast. That is what will keep the momentum going. And when you bring in the trainers, they complement one another. It gives the trainer more topics to talk about. Hey, what have you been doing with the last week's mini lessons? It generates conversation at the water cooler. So that is the kind of culture you can build on. Is again, is long term, frequent, and low intensity. If you need any more information, give us a call and I'll talk to you again. Thank you.